Hi friends, Namaste. Welcome to my channel Pharma Knowledge by Satyanarayana Siadri. Today we will discuss about ICH guidelines. In our previous class, we discussed in the part 1 about what are the ICH guidelines and what are the types of ICH guidelines. And we discussed about briefly on all the types of guidelines and how many types of guidelines. So today we will discuss about stability study. The stability study guideline is from ICH guidelines. We know already there are four types of guidelines. In that one of the guideline, quality guidelines are there. ICH quality guidelines, there are 14 guidelines are there. Out of those 14, the first one quality guideline is stability study. So the stability guideline, again the stability study guideline Q1 guideline classified into six sections, and the Q1A you can see here stability testing of new drug substance and products, and the Q1B it is a photo stability testing of new drug substances and products, Q1C it is a stability testing of new dosage forms, and the Q1D talks about bracketing and matrixing designs for the stability testing of new drug substances and products, and Q1E evaluation of stability data, and Q1F stability data package for registration application in climatic zones 3 and 4. So these are the six chapters, six classes in the stability study they have given briefly. And the stability study came into picture in the year 1992. And again in this Q1A, this is R2 means two times revised R2. Now current version is Q1A R2. This talks about stability testing of new drug substances and products. And what is the purpose of the stability study? We will see now. This stability testing of new drug substance and products is revision 2 effective from 6th February 2003. And the purpose of stability testing is to provide an evidence on how the quality of a drug substance or drug product varies with the time under the influence of environmental factors such as temperature, humidity, and light. It means from the manufacturing of a drug to reach to the patient, there are number of activities, packaging and storage, transportation, distribution, marketing, and these are number of activities are there. So during that time, how the product quality will be affected with the environmental factors, with the short term of excursions during these activities. So for that reason, the manufacturer should have a stability study data to prove the quality of drug substance, even though there are small variations with the temperature, humidity, and light. And further, to establish a retest period for the drug substances, and to establish a shelf life or expiry for the drug product, and to recommend the storage conditions. This is the overall purpose of the stability study. The manufacturer should conduct the stability testing or stability study in order to prove his product capability. And we'll see definition part, what is the retest period? The period of time during which the drug substance is expected to remain within its specification and can be used in the manufacture of a given drug product if stored under the defined condition. It means the date which we are proposing for a drug substance, this retest period mostly proposing for raw materials, packing materials, and intermediates and drug substances. And what are the period we have proposing for the drug substance? During that time, it is well within the specification limit. If the date is crossing, means we have to retest that. If we have to retest, then we have to immediately use the material. And after this period, the batch of drug substance should be retested for compliance with the specification. In order to prove the batch quality, we have to test again with the defined procedure, method of analysis, and if it is meeting the specification limit, then we have to immediately use in the further process or manufacturing of a drug. This is nothing but retest period. You can see bulk containers, they are mentioned, manufacturer will mention this manufacturing date and retest date on the container label. So it means the date after which the material should be used in the further process upon testing and satisfactory complying with the specification only. Mostly this retest period will be considered for the intermediates, raw materials, packing materials, and drug substances. And what is a shelf life or expiry? The date placed on the container label of a drug product describing the time prior to which a batch of the product or material is expected to remain within the approved shelf life specification if stored under defined conditions. And this date is nothing but the date placed on the material, the product container, uh, the date after which it must not be used. Shelf life is nothing, it is the expiry date, death date of the product. So we should not use that product after this shelf life or expiry period. And the difference between retest period and shelf life period, only thing, the retest period means we can test the material as per the procedure. If it is meeting the specification, we can use in the further process. In shelf life, the material should not be used after the date which mentioned on the container label, and the shelf life or expiry date is mandatory for all the drug products, tablet, capsule, syrup, whatever it may be in the market. And how to conduct a stability study. And in ICH Q1 guideline, Q1A guideline, these ICH given briefly about the contents and the topics what they want to cover in the study. They given here. You can see for drug substance means our API, and a drug product means for a formulation. These are the topics in general information about the conducting a stability study. And after that, stress testing, how to conduct a stress testing for the drug substance, and what are the batches you have to select, how many batches you have to select, selection of batches, and what is the container closed system, what is the storage and packing condition you have to use for the stability study, and specification, what are the specifications you have to cover, you have to use for the stability testing, and what is the testing frequency, how frequently you have to test the material during the stability study, and the storage conditions, what are the different storage conditions with respect to the climatic zones, and what is the stability commitment, means suppose how much data you have, how can you give a commitment to the regulatory body during submission or during a commitment, and how to evaluate data, what is the data required for evaluation of the stability data or stability study, and finally statements and labeling, how the statement or label on the container should be when you are releasing a product to the market. These are the sub titles mentioned in the ICH Q1 guideline about stability study of API. And whereas you see drug product also same contents, only one thing here in API we have to do for stress testing, and whereas for drug product we have to do a photo stability testing, light sensitive testing we have to do. This is the only thing difference between the drug substance stability study and drug product stability study. So these are the contents mentioned in the ICH guideline about stability study of a drug substance or drug product. We will discuss in future class about these all topics briefly and elaboratively. And this is the topic today. I hope you'll understand introduction on the stability study today. Please subscribe my channel, Pharma Knowledge by Satyanarayana Siadri. I always says that word, knowledge plus skill is equivalent to success. When we have a knowledge as well as some skills, then we can be achieve our goal, we can be success. So thank you. Please subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.